The intention with which you serve determines the outcome.
The way you step up your game is not to worry about the other guy. I started listening to what felt like the truth for me. Your intention rules your life and determines the outcome.
Oprah Winfrey is a world-renowned TV host and has set up her own network called OWN, Oprah Winfrey Network. I recently interviewed her partner in life, Stedman Graham, for my online show Behind the Mind. I made this video because Oprah is a role model for many people, including me, not only as a TV host or as a spiritual teacher, but also as a businesswoman. So hereby, 5 business tips from Oprah Winfrey.
If I were to put it in business terms, or to leave you with the message, that the truth is I have from the very beginning listened to my instinct. All of my best decisions in life have come because I was attuned to what really felt like the next right move for me. And so it didn't feel right. I knew that I wouldn't be there forever. I never even learned the streets in Baltimore because I thought, I was there longer than I thought. I was there 8 years. I should have learned the streets. But I kept saying to myself, I'm not going to be here long. I'm not going to be here long. I'm not going to be here, so I'm not going to learn the streets. So when I got the call to come to Chicago, after starting with a co-anchor and working in talk for several years, I knew that it was the right thing to do. And I knew that even if I didn't succeed, because at the time there was a guy named Phil Donahue, who was the king of talk, and was on in Chicago, and every single person except my best friend Gail said, you're going to fail.
The intention with which you give, the intention with which you serve determines the outcome. So when I figured that out, I went, whoa. I changed everything I did on my show. I called in the producers and I said, from this day forward, I will no longer be speaking to the KKK. I will no longer be speaking to people who are fighting each other in a way that it is damaging to the character of myself and other people who watch. From this day forward, I am only going to do intentional television. And they're like, how are we going to do that and still win? The reason we remain #1 for 25 straight years is because every single day I would have a pre-show meeting and have the producers come in and state to me, what is your intention? How do we want to use whoever is on this show, whatever is happening on this show, to serve the audience in a way that fulfills the mission of uplifting, enlightening, encouraging, as well as entertaining?
Every time it would happen, I would say to my team, well, doesn't matter, because every season somebody else was coming out. 1 talk show, 2 talk shows, 3 talk shows. There have been over 100 talk shows since we started. But every time, I would feel like, all right, got to step up our game, got to step up our game. The way you step up your game is not to worry about the other guy in any situation, because you can't control the other guy. You cannot control the other guy. You only have control over yourself. So it's like running a race. The energy that it takes to look back and see where the other guys are takes energy away from you. And if they're too close, it scares you. So that's what I would say to my team all the time. Don't waste your time in the race looking back to see where the other guy is or what the other guy is doing. It's not about the other guy. It's about what can you do. You just need to run that race as hard as you can. You need to give it everything you've got all the time for yourself. For yourself. And I will say this, knowing what you don't want to do is the best possible place to be if you don't know what to do. Because knowing what you don't want to do leads you to figure out what is it you really do want to do. This is what everybody needs to know about becoming what you believe. The belief cannot come from your ego self, because there are a lot of people who have ideas about themselves or even beliefs about themselves that have been formed by other people's definition of what is right for you, by society's definition of what you should become. But there is a heart calling on everybody. There's a heart calling for you that's only yours. and that can only be expressed through what you have to offer the planet. And that takes many, 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 many forms. Lots of people think they need to come up with a big, great idea. For some people, it's something that's really practical. You know, for many years, I wore pantyhose and was not cheap, because I wouldn't say I'm cheap. Here's what I used to do. When you want to wear sandals, everybody knows this, except my housekeeper, Paulina, that you do not wear pantyhose with your sandals. She just had them on yesterday. I'm like, Paulina, everybody else in the world has gotten that message. So you still need the support, but you then have to cut off. This is what we used to do. You cut off the pantyhose so that the pantyhose would stop about here, or they'd stop about here, and then you would still have your bare feet, bare leg for your sandals. I was telling that story on the air one day.
Now, like today, in order, because I have these shoes and it's hard and I didn't want the toe, so I cut my pantyhose and they're right there.
And Sarah Blakely, who apparently was looking for a sign as to whether she should continue her belief that she was supposed to start a business. And that was her sign.
Listen, okay, I was trying for a year to get this idea made, cold calling all the hosiery mills, talking to men. Nobody thought it was a good idea. I let go of it. I asked for a sign. Flip on your show. You're my sign, which means I'm going for it.
Yeah.
And I then got it made. It took me another additional year to get it made. And I started it with the $5,000. Spanx now is, we have over 100 products. I've done, I mean, I have to pinch myself, but we've done over $100 million in retail sales.
Oh my goodness.
And listen, Oprah, I mean,
with $5 million?
Yeah, 5,000 out of my apartment.
Congratulations. You know what? I know there are women in our audience and lots of women who are watching for whom you will be a huge inspiration, because somebody has an idea. You think it's a great idea. Everybody else may not think it's such a good idea. $5,000 turn into $100 million in sales. You are an inspiration, Sarah.
Thank you. And you know what? You're a huge help.
Did you like the tips? Did you enjoy them? Did they inspire you? Did you share them with your friends? Please do. And of course, like the video, subscribe to this channel for more, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you've done with the tips, and maybe also ideas for future people I could, make a compilation from. See you.